Klaus von Meckenbaum has rejected claims that his Quetza Quicks side are undignified, following comments from various pundits after his team defeated the Black Crag Bozos last week. "It's all just noise," von Meckenbaum said. "My team are doing fine and I don't need this distraction. You're telling me El Rasco is a dirty player, but I see nothing of the sort. That's just El Rasco being El Rasco." The Quicks take on the Miszville Mavericks this week, and history is not on their side in this fixture. The Mavericks have won both previous meetings between the teams. The Mavericks do remain without promising young thrower Devin Beckett, who is on loan at the Amble Flyers. Johan Franz will continue to lead the struggling humans, who continue to run a lightweight roster. So, T-Self, your thoughts on von Meckenbaum's comments rejecting claims that his team are undignified with their heavy fouling approach against the Bozos?
Well, there's definitely a lot of talk out there, and El Rasco has been pointed out as one of the dirtiest players last season, with the huge number of fouls. So it's going to be, up to the coach to maybe justify his team's actions. I think he has no intention of stopping them from their game plan.
I mean, of course, where is this coming from? All of these comments are from nobility pundits, because the Lizards are trying to style themselves as the noble Lizards this season. The Bloodborne cameras are following them around. And yeah, the idea being that nobles wouldn't foul. They might adjust a few attitudes every now and then, but they wouldn't foul. Oh no, not nobles. Von Meckenbaum rejecting that idea outright and saying there's nothing wrong. Things are going to continue as normal. So expect to see El Rasco chucking the boot in a few more times in this one. Here's the cap spend, and both teams in Howitzer Cup action, both keeping it fairly lightweight, actually, in terms of their spend. Rory Kembry, the blitzer, has picked up Mighty Blow. That's the young blitzer, part of the class of 95 for the Miszville Mavericks. So that's a Mighty Blow tackle blitzer, a real asset to that roster. Some calling him the next Jack Oberwald, but Kembry very, very keen to not have that tag. Johan Franz, the thrower, has bought a secondary. So break tackle on the thrower. An interesting choice there on Franz.
Love it.
So expensive stuff from the Mavericks. They've put all of it into training their players. They've got one spare, which they might need with this being Howitzer Cup week. For the Quicks, Tarso Obvio, the skink runner, has picked up Fend as a secondary. So he's now Dauntless and Fend. And the Croxagore, Barty Latix, has stand firm now. One cap spent for the special action, Smile for the cameras. But the Bloodlines event, where they were given the option to respond to those comments from various noble pundits, opted not to do any of that. So von Meckenbaum going to do things his way. Maybe quite rightly so. Break tackle on a player who only rolls ones or sixes. It's a choice, isn't it? But
it is a choice, yeah.
Maybe it's a choice that will work out. Here we are then in Miszville for what is the ZFL show's main event game this week. This is the last one on the schedule. I think it's been a good evening's entertainment so far, and hopefully this one will live up to the bill as well. As I said in the build-up, it's two previous wins against the Quicks for the Mavericks. A 2-0 win in 24-93 and a 2-1 win last season. And it was just at around, in fact, I think it was the last game of the season where the Mavericks and the Quicks met. So the Quicks were really much better in the first half of last season than they were in the second half. We'll see if the Quicks can right that wrong today.
And I believe that did knock the Quicks out of contention for the Blood Bowl. Maybe a bit of bad feelings coming into this game. Hope to get revenge.
Couple of Bloodweiser kegs, a biased referee, and 2 extra cheerleaders for the Miszville Mavericks, who may be struggling, but they are at least TV efficient at the moment, so inducements may help them out. Of course, star players can't be taken as inducements in the ZFL. Here's your rosters for today's game. Barty Latix, as we said, now has Stand Firm, the Croxigo. Volvo Exy, very much the star Saurus on this team, with Block Guard and Stand Firm. And then we've got the same skills across the next 2 Saurus. So Namakuix has Block, and Crespa Talipo has Stand Firm and Guard. Mascal Ninefalls is a rookie. Sergeant at Scales Hurok has Wrestle, and Thackrell Ivy Spine has Tackle. That is a promotee from the Academy. The 2 star skinks are Chatu Cool, who tends to do most of the touchdown stuff, and El Rasco, who tends to do most of the stomping on opponents' faces stuff. Tarso Obvio has a unique role in the team with Dauntless and Fend. And then we have 3 new skinks making just their second appearance for the Quicks. Delizzy Code the 17th, Sir Butterfingers, and the other one at the bottom, who presumably I will scroll down to see at some point. I think it's called Master Tiki Tlot or something like that. Yeah, there it is. There you go. That's your final skink on the roster.
Very solid roster, and 2 bench is going to be nice in this game.
Yes, so that is an important point. There is bench for the Quicks here. The Mavericks may not be quite so lucky. There it is. Onions is their Ogre, the Block Guard Ogre on the team. And then just the 1 thrower, with Beckett being on duty at the Amble Flyers. Johan Franz continues. 4 blitzers, Ren Redrum. Pon Dodley returns after missing the opening game of the season with injury. Dan Jarus, the Frenzy Stand Firm blitzer, and Rory Kembry, who is an emerging star on this team. Preston Aberford is the rookie catcher, who we're yet to see anything from. And then the lineman Guy Feely Jr., Neville Phillips, Neville Wilberfoss, Jean-Pierre Jeremy, and Ormsby van der Leur. I think it is a 12-player roster for the Mavericks because number 3 is missing. That is Devin Beckett. So 1 on the bench for them.
Yeah, quite a few of the class of 95 players are missing.
Well, 4 of them are here, to be fair. Kembry, Aberford, Phillips, and Wilberfoss. The 2 Nevilles, of course. But it's Beckett who's away. He's been called across to Amble by Mick Oldby, the team owner. So yeah, as we confirmed, 2 kegs, a biased referee, and a couple of cheerleaders for the Miszville Mavericks. We're ready to get this one underway. If you're going to put money on this one, T-Self, where's your money going here?
This is a tough one. I mean, they have the tools, the Mavericks, and they have historically done well in this fixture. But is Onions bomb? Is Ogre bomb?
I mean, it's the age-old question, isn't it?
And the Quicks have looked very solid. They had a very good first week.
Yeah, they really took the new Bozos roster to task last week, didn't they? The Bozos never really had a sniff in that game. Here comes the kick from Neville Phillips. And not a great kick from the kicker. It's straight to midfield. Cheering fans. It's a draw, so nothing happens there. And we have the first block of the game from Namakuix on Neville Wilberfoss. And it's a casualty straight away. Mavericks already down their bench, as there was the knockdown on Jean-Pierre Jeremy there.
Targeting Dangerous is a little bit dangerous, as his name suggests, because he does have stand firm, so you're going to be based up with him.
We can put some more strength 4 guard stand firm in there to try and cover that situation. There's going to be a hit from Mazcal 9-4s on Guy Feely Jr. And then the pickup in the backfield from Chatukul. Moves forward with the ball. So the Mavericks already down 1 with that first block of the game. Going to be a blitz from Onions.
Ooh.
That's again into stand firm.
Yeah, I was hoping for a both down or knockdown. Would have been able to get onto the ball there.
Onions has a bit of a laugh about it, but it might be the Croxagore who has the last laugh there. One die push. We will get another go because of Frenzy, so Dangerous can find the POW this time on Volvo Exy. And a hit as well from Neville Phillips.
Mighty Blow on the ball now. Or one could choose to put the diving tackle sidestep there. Neither go there.
Yeah, we're about to go past the Crocs' tail still, I think.
True.
Chatukul wants none of what he's just seen and moves backwards. That is
Artie.
Almost a turnover from the Crocs. Reroll used. We get away with it. There's going to be a POW.
Really in.
We are going to blitz Onions. And we're going to roll a double skull against Onions.
It's a lot of rerolls gone now.
Yeah, 2 gone in this turn for the Quetza Quicks. It's not been a great start to the game for them. We're not able to really get El Rasco into the game at the moment either. Dangerous finds the knockdown on Volvoexy.
Ooh, and a follow with the stand from not being used gives an extra assist in here.
It'll be a blitz from Johan France on Crespa Talipo, who also opts not to stand firm. Wanting to get closer towards the middle of the field, presumably. Could be a foul.
Ooh, yeah, it looks like there might be a foul by the kicker.
Jean-Pierre Jeremy comes across to cover that gap. And there is a potential foul. There is a foul coming here from Neville Phillips onto Volvoexy. And he gets him. It's a serious injury.
And the referee is A-okay with that.
Oh, and the Apo doesn't save him.
This is going all Mavericks at the moment.
The full run-up from Neville Phillips, and it's a big removal on possibly the best player on this Quetza Quicks roster.
Barty is not having a great time. We'll be able to push Onions out of the way.
Crowd loving that foul. Quicks are going to move over to this flank.
Yeah, I think they need to take a lot of space this turn because they are running out of players. And if that left flank of Mavericks are able to get back into the play, it could be a lot more difficult to score. Looks like we're going to set up a foul, the first of the game for El Rasco.
Yeah, here comes El Rasco. He is going to not break armor, and the biased referee is going to call it, and El Rasco is gone.
Biased referee doing his job for the Mavericks here.
That is really, really huge.
I wonder if there was a chance to chain Redrum onto the ball there.
Get the knockdown. We may just fancy another foul on Asaurus here. Onions gets the knockdown on Barty Latex. Eyeing up the hit on Ivy Spine, perhaps. Probably going to be Rory Kembry. No, Rory Kembry's going to go all the way around to hit the skink. Tarso Obvio. Gets the knockdown. Oh, gets another casualty. What a start to the game for the Miszville Mavericks.
Chatukul might have to just punch this one in. This turn.
You got to be careful hitting Red Drum here. Oh, we do find a POW.
Oh, it's a big POW because, as you said, sidestep would have put diving tackle on the ball.
We're going to have to go round the ball carrier to try and push Rory Kembry out the way, and we will have to accept nothing more than a push.
That is good enough. Will open the path.
There's a pow on Jean-Pierre Jeremy.
Quetza Quicks will probably need to score.
Quetza Quicks is going to score. The Quicks do have the lead, but they have paid a bit of a price in the early part of this game.
How many turns do the Mavericks have to answer back here?
I think plenty. That's a turn 3 or 4 score. So plenty of time for Miszville.
That is so true. Lots of violence in the ZFL this week. And it surprisingly has not really come from the crowd, just the one. Most of the violence happening on the pitch.
Well, the crowds have been whipped up and the players have been whipped up by that crowd, it seems, this week. It's an awful week for it to happen as well when it's Howitzer Cup week, isn't it? Because coaches are trying to manage their time and their cap budget between both games, and it is not the time to be picking up massive injuries. Of course, remember that the Quicks in the Cup faced the Amble Flyers, who is Mick Oldby's other team. So the Mavericks could be doing the Flyers a bit of a favour here with all of these injuries.
That's definitely it. That's definitely. They were told by the owner that this was the #1 target game.
Brilliant coaching gives the Quicks a reroll, which I think feels needed from their perspective. It'll be a double push from Rory Kembry. Really, the Quicks will just be hoping to get through this turn without taking any more casualties.
Yeah, they don't want to see this game turn into what the 3 Mountains game did.
Oh, we got another full run-up foul. It's almost be Van der Leur this time, and the referee is not having that one. Van der Leur is... Oh, no, he's fine. We didn't even need the bias referee. Victor Rage with a little bit of the old hypnosis, perhaps, there. The referee accepts that argument. Okay, we got a tackle blitz coming in from Quetza Quicks, but the Quicks are kind of struggling to get things done. Nice knockdown on Guy Feely Jr. And you can see the Quicks very keen to just hold midfield as best they can.
Yep. But that's the question. Is it the fact that it is vampire crutches? We saw a lot of argues work for Lady Carolina as well.
Yeah, well, has it ever really been confirmed if Paichia is a vampire or not? Not so much as Rage.
It's unknown. But she does have that persuasion to her.
I'm not sure whether she's a vampire or just a masochist.
For both.
Oh, nice dodge from Preston
dodging.
Aberford. Wow. Is that ball safe? I don't know if it is. I don't know if that ball's safe. This could be a mistake from Johan Franz here. The Quicks is going to come round the back of this screen. We're going to fail the rush. We're going to get the sack.
Yeah, that was just a poor play by Johan Franz.
Franz is stunned as well. Nightmare for the Miszville Mavericks.
It's going to be up to Onions to try and take down the Thoris on the ball.
Oh, we're going to dodge you diving tackle. That could be a mistake as well. Redrum takes down Sir Butterfingers, and that breaks the replay too.
Of course it does. Oh no. Ooh, Chatu Cool gonna stand up to that. 3 hits, still solid. The Mavericks have to retreat here.
Jean-Pierre Jeremy. Nice knockdown. Nice armor break from Jean-Pierre Jeremy, and that's a stun. Very, very useful. Oh, Onions is going to bonehead.
Onions.
There's going to be a blitz from Neville Phillips. I'm assuming the lineman Phillips is going to be given the task of picking the ball up here. Phillips gets it done. And he's going to go and stand next to that skink. Okay.
And it kind of safe with the stun.
That's an armor break on Redrum.
It's a good one because it gets the diving tackle off the skink. This is a lot of Mavericks going to be on the floor, and they need to have a scoring threat next turn. They're running out of time here.
On the Vampire team discussion, I'll always keep cards close to my chest on some things. Got to keep a few things up my sleeve. So the push there on Preston Aberford. We're not going to try the uphill on the ball. It was there for the hit, wasn't it? But
I think they like the idea of forcing the blitz.
Well, it is going to be Jean-Pierre Jeremy who gets the knockdown.
Good enough.
And it's Neville Phillips on the move. Phillips, who's already taken out Volvo Exy on the foul. Now looking to be the hero with the equalising touchdown.
Ooh, rushes to try and close this screen.
I can't believe people are arguing that White Peak need to not be a con team based on what we've just watched.
No. People arguing that are the people in the elite division who don't want to face it.
Yeah, they need to not be a con team.
They need to not be a con team.
Okay, here comes Chatu Cool. We are not going after the ball. We are going after Preston Aberford. This is going to be a bit too slow.
Attempt to screen.
I wonder if we're trying to just set this up so that it has to be a ball carrier blitz. Nice knockdown from the Croxagore. Going to allow Thackrell Ivy Spine to come back and help out. So those two blitzers are locked in. We got a dodge from tackle. That's going to break the replay. Are we going to make it? No, we're not.
No. So that's
1 in 9.
Is that a 1 or 2 rush out from scoring here?
Yeah, it looks like it's 2 rushes for Phillips to get that score. We've got some hits on Skinks that we can take as well here. But Rory Kembry not quite getting it done. Going to be a blitz from Redrum, and that is a knockdown. And a
Good
KO.
enough. And then if Johan...
Oh, double skull from Franz.
I only roll 1s and 6s, Johan Franz. Double skull.
He did roll the double skull. He gets it fixed. Neville Phillips to the line for the Mavericks. Scores. And this one is going to be 1-1 at the break.
Turns out that only 1s to 6s can apply to blocks as well.
Entertaining game so far. Half time. It's Miszville Mavericks 1, Quetza Quicks 1.
It's all well and good if Blood Bowl is in your blood. But if your blood is cold, can you ever win gold? This season is their new chapter. And in this chapter, they are reborn. Born to fight. Born to win. Born to blood. Their renaissance begins now.
So no KOs for the Mavericks to roll. And the KO for the Quicks does stay out. Well, Neville Phillips might be the most averagely named player in the ZFL, but he has a touchdown to his name. He has scored. You'll never take that away from him. Cheering fans gives us fan interaction. It's SPP on the crowd surf. Not that that matters. Again, Rory Kembry not getting it done on that opening blitz.
Been a bit of a disappointment tonight, but the team is still winning or is in a position where they're holding the cards towards winning, so...
Well, I mean, Kembry did get that one casualty on the skink, but he's gone full Jack Oberwald since then. Armor break and a KO from Redrum. That is a Saurus gone. Bad news upon bad news for the Quetza Quicks.
Ooh, interesting allowing the push.
The catcher's going to be able to take a hit here.
Yeah.
As Dangerous goes back to help out Johan Franz. That's a 1 in 9. So it was worth it to burn that reroll. And Johan Franz is going to pick the ball up. So can the Quicks do anything to change the tide of this game? Push Skull is not really going to do it.
Yeah, and they're thinking about that sack almighty blow and trying to save their skinks.
Bit of forward pressure. 2 of the skinks gone forward, including Chatuku.
A little tough here, because if Onions complies, that is a nice free open lane in the middle.
Onions does comply, but he only rolls a push. So the Croxigo has done his team a big old favour there. And Johan Franz is going to go and base that skink in the backfield. Here comes Dangerous. And that all does feel a little dangerous. Right itself, this stuff. Oh, one die pow from Pon Dudley. Nice work from the blitzer. That's going to free up more players to help out here. Redrum with the knockdown. Oh, one dice goal from Ormsby van der Leur. He's going to leave Rory Kembry a little exposed upfield. Will the Quicks feel they can sack this ball?
I don't think they can. Not this turn. They could try, though.
It'll be a blitz.
I think the problem was,
on Redrum.
Redrum was the problem. His diving tackle is quite annoying.
Few powers coming in for the Quicks this turn, which will help them out. But it is sort of one Saurus to one human. Oh, 1 in 9.
Oh, 1 in 81.
Into 1 in 9. And suddenly Rory Kembry is free.
He was left on his own, but he didn't mind.
Franz is on the move for the Mavericks.
A little bit of a safe play there. Obviously, with the 1 touchdown being enough if they could score it. Felt they could go for this damage play rather than needing to pass directly to Kembry.
Yeah, not in the hurry to get the quick score. So Kembry finds a stun on Delizzicote.
Big knockdown by Onion.
Onion's definitely powered up by being next to his friend Pon. Although Pon does move away to be part of this screen. Ren Redrum is going to fail a dodge. And he's going to stun himself.
Yeah, of all the things to fail, not the worst one.
Problem for the Quicks right now is they're kind of stuck 1-to-1 with players.
I wonder if over there on the sideline could have stood up to stop a Saurus from getting back to the middle of the field. Would have, you know, risked the surf, but for the team.
Yeah. Jean-Pierre Jeremy goes to the ground again, and there's a one-die knockdown. Oh, and a casualty from Chatukul. Wow, Preston Aberford's gone. What a hit. Anything Neville Phillips can do, Chatukul can do just as well.
Nice play by Dangerous. With chain forwards.
So that's Kembry going to be part of this screen as well. Johan Franz continues forward for the Miszville Mavericks. Oh, and a good hit from Ormsby Vanderleer as well. Oh, Ormsby Vanderleer to dislocated shoulder. A strength bust on the Saurus. Wow.
Left.
Vanderleer out of nowhere. Oh, and a double skull on the attempt to pressure the ball. Well, Aldar got what he wanted. That's got to be the first thing Ormsby Vanderleer has ever done as we see another injury. That's Jean-Pierre Jeremy, is it? No, it's Guy Feely Jr. who takes a serious injury. I don't think Onions and Barty have been apart at any point in this whole game.
Yep, bit of a bromance going on.
So can the Mavericks make this safe, or will they actually be forced to run the score in here?
You know, with all these casualties, I think they can run the score in.
Oh, 1 in 9 from Pon Dodley. So that's going to make things problematic.
Yeah, now it's going to need...
It needs a dodge now, doesn't it?
Yeah, we'll be blitzing forward, so I think we might actually just be standing there and hitting the Saurus down and just standing pat.
Oh no, it is the dodge from Johan Franz, and Johan Franz scores for the Mavericks.
Good touchdown.
History is repeating itself again. The Mavericks on the verge of a third straight win over the Quetza Quicks.
They've scored 2 touchdowns in every single one of their meetings now.
I mean, this is very much looking like 2493 edition Quetza Quicks, as both of those KOs stay out.
There's a large disparity on the numbers on the pitch now.
This could be a famous win for the Mavericks, who really need one. They've not won, well, since they last played the Quetza Quicks. Throw a rock is in play.
Don't think that's going to matter.
That's a stun on Ormsby Vanderleer.
It's a good start.
Barty Latix takes down Onions. And there's going to be a blitz. We're going after Dangerous again. And we find the power.
That's a smart play. Because you are near the sidelines, so Dangerous is a very good player over there.
You might say he's dangerous.
Well, I was avoiding that one. I've said it too many times already. Oh, if only we could, Viking Cop. If only we could.
Well, throw a boo is always in play. So Kembry is going to be the safety here, and Johan Franz is going to go for the ball.
Going for the ball?
Ooh, double
Settle
both
for
down, didn't re-roll it.
Yeah, it's going to have to settle there.
Not re-rolling, interesting choice. Had 2. It's fairly late in the game.
Fishing. Yeah, it is a question. Did either of the next 2 dice have a 6 on them? You'd have to think he would be like it because he rolls 1s and 6s.
If there's any player you're going to trust to roll a 6 when you need it, it's got to be Johan Franz. Blitz from the Croxigal.
So we're going to trust the dodge off of the thrower.
Barty's away forwards.
They needed to make a way forwards, yeah.
Well, here we go. So it's fairly potato, but will it work out?
Yeah, tail on the blitzer Kembry.
Will we end up regretting not taking that reroll with Johan Franz? Franz is on the move again. Going to go and help Onions out with this hit.
Ooh, not getting the knockdown, which does not free up the 2 players on the floor.
It's just getting a bit problematic. Redrum fails the dodge. Redrum makes the dodge. Can we find the POW? We cannot. We cannot find the POW.
Okay, but we have diving tackle sidestep on the ball now. So the blitz has to come there, and it has to knock him down.
We are going to wrestle to free up that skink.
There's no one free. There's no one free here.
Oh, that's not an assist. We're going to need another dodge. That's going to be the assist there from Delizicote.
It's a 1 die now.
Oh, Chatukul finds the POW.
What a POW!
And the armor break into the stun, and the skink is going to score. The Quicks level it up.
Well, that fits the pattern we've seen so far because it's been 0 touchdowns for the Quicks in the first season, 1 touchdown in the second season, and now 2 in the third.
Well, the Quicks may have found a way to steal a point from this game.
It's going to be 2 turns left, I believe, for the Mavericks to try and win this one 3-2. I believe that was turn 15 there.
Remember, the Mavericks did go first in this half.
Oh, so they only have 1 turn
so
left.
it's a 1 turn for Miszville.
That's okay. They'll just get a riot, right?
Who is our one? Because they don't have a halfling anymore. Because Harvey Red Radish moved to the Amble Flyers. That is going to be not a touchback. And can we get this done? Jean-Pierre Jeremy.
We're set up for it.
No, we're not. There's no one going for this. Game's going to end in a draw. Well, it's going to be a point apiece for these two, but really the winners from this game, possibly the Amble Flyers.
Also White Peak.
Another foul from Neville Phillips. And it's a stun on Barty Latich this time. Can Johan Franz make a pass? He's going to roll a 1 on the pickup. He's going to roll a 5 on the pickup. It adds up to 6. There's the pass to Onions, who is boneheaded and can't catch it. So ball on the floor.
Classic Onions.
The Quicks, I guess, can take a blitz on Pondodley here.
And a foul. Potentially. Oh no, they're going to let Chatu Cool do it.
Double pushes only. And the Quicks moving players forward, but I think that is going to be that. This one ends in a draw. 2-2, probably a fair result, I think. Mavericks may be a bit more disappointed to have not won that game.
Yeah, I think the Mavericks had every chance to turn over the Quicks there in that second half drive, but Chatu Cool just went on a one-man mission.
Well, if Chatu Cool doesn't get the admin MVP, I don't know who will.
Yeah.
Ormsby Vanderlei, with a first ever anything, it's a casualty and the match MVP, so Vanderlei will get a level for the Mavericks. And Quicks, that's helpful. That is a very, very helpful player to roll a level when you've just taken a strength bust on one of your guards, stand firm Saurus, and the other one took a serious injury. Very, very even. Surprisingly, the Mavericks actually taking more blocks. You'd expect the Lizards to have the advantage on that front.
Yeah, it's a very even game in terms of the numbers here. 51-49, 10-11 on sustained injuries.
Very hard to look at that and suggest that a draw wasn't a fair result.
Yeah. So do we have a live updated table coming to us?
We will in a moment, yeah. Just looking through the rest of these stats at the moment. Dodgers were fairly fair. Everyone made every single rush in the game. So that's fun.
16 of them, yeah. And all the pickups as well. Yeah, it was a game where like not too many things failed. Both teams, other than some armor rolls.
I think the Mavericks only took damage to Guy Feely Jr., so ahead of their cup game against Skullstorm, that is a relief for them that it's not any worse than that, because it might get worse against White Peak Skullstorm. What a game from Chatu Cool. 8 SBP, and none of it was the MVP.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns and a casualty. Plus that game-winning 1-die POW on the way to the second touchdown.
Well, game-saving, I suppose.
Well, yeah. Game-saving, there you go.
Let's take a look then at the ZFL Elite Division League table. And it is White Peak Skullstorm who are 2 points clear at the top and are guaranteed to be 2 points clear at the top at the end of the first round of the season. Who would have bet on that?
I think it's impressive. There's a lot of teams at 1-1. It's been a very, very even game, or even start to the season.
The only team to have won both games are the Corn. They are 2 points clear at the top of the table from the Quetza Quicks and the Tall Lithanel Celtics, who have the touchdown difference advantage over the Fangorn Falcons and the Bilbali Desperados. Setbacks for the Espinon Enchanters and the Tall Lithanel Rangers, who both lose their second round matches. Means that they languish in mid-table for the time being, but they are by no means out of the race just yet. The Mavericks move ahead of the Bozos, remarkably, on casualties inflicted, which doesn't seem right, actually, given what we saw against the Celtics. Maybe my stats weren't quite up to date. The Boozers and Defiant are still to play. You can see that game tomorrow evening at 18 UTC. I'm going to cast that one before I play my Rebel match, so you can catch that game tomorrow evening. And what a poor start for the season for the Three Mountains. 2 defeats, bottom of the table, so many injuries.
Yeah. I mean, the defeat against the Celtics was something that they probably had expected, but I don't think they expected to get absolutely destroyed by Skullstorm.
It's really just been a rotten opening to the season for them. The Mountains will hope to get a bit of confidence back in the Howitzer Cup, where they face the Fangorn Falcons. So it's not an easy draw for them. But
No.
it's a chance to punch some AV 8+. And it is a team that they beat 4-2 in the second division last season, the Mountains. So hopefully they can get a bit of confidence back from that game. Obviously, they'll be missing a couple of players for it. Possibly both runners, who are both in injury trouble once again. So massive problems.
How much recuperate they were able to save up for this week.
Huge problems for the Three Mountains going into that Howitzer Cup game. Other Elite Division highlights in the Howitzer Cup. The Desperados face the Quintet City Assassins. Mavericks play Skullstorm in what is another all-Elite Division affair. The Quetza Quicks take on the Amble Flyers. That's Elite Division against Third Division. The Boozers are away at the Dead Rock Tyrants. And Vinscore Defiant are away at Verdanos Valor. So all the Howitzer Cup games to come for you over the next couple of weeks. We will also take a look at the second division standings because I don't think we've had an official update on those. And it looks very, very good in the second division for the newly promoted teams, who are the only teams to have won both games in the second division. And the Vinscore Ice Wolves, off the back of a 4-0 win against the Iruk Maddens, are flying at the top. Obviously, all of those touchdown difference columns are wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't had a chance to put those in.
Yeah, I forgot to do that, if I'm honest.
I think what's more interesting, though, is you look down at the bottom of the table, and we see 3 prior Elite Division teams sitting 10th, 11th, and 12th here.
I was going to say, to those who watch in the 24-93 season, that relegation zone will look awfully familiar